So I just wanted to make a quick video on how you can practice ledge dashes more effectively as Luigi. If you're having issues getting good intangibility on your ledge dashes, if you're having a problem of getting a lot of tournament winners, or just dying SDing, this is a pretty good way to break down the different components of ledge dash in Uncle Punch. And you practice each one of those different parts of it. There's three parts of the ledge dash, and you practice each one of those parts 100 times or something like that, and then you'll get better at it. So in Uncle Punch, I just go into ledge dash training. I don't have any special codes turned on. All of these don't really matter. You can turn on fast fall timing, but that doesn't really do a whole lot for you other than maybe having UCF on. So going into ledge dash training, choosing Luigi, and then I always like to do them on Dreamland, and there's a specific reason why, which I'll explain. So the first part that I like to practice, and you can actually turn off the auto restore here, is I like to practice just the actual cliff weight state, getting out of cliff weight. Cliff weight is how long you're holding on to the ledge. The quicker you get out of this state, the more intangibility potential you have, because each frame that you're holding onto the ledge here is intangibility that you're just losing. Mewtwo King has a really good guide on this, where basically he talked about a good way to practice it. Especially if you're running into a problem where you're getting a lot of these tournament winners, it's because you're trying to jump before you're actually able to let go, or you're trying to let go rather before you can let go, and so instead it's just eating that input and then you're just jumping instead. So what Mewtwo King advises is to actually wait for this little blue bubble here to appear. And when you're practicing it, just kind of focusing in on where Luigi grabs the ledge and looking for that blue bubble and then reacting to that. There's a certain amount of frames after this blue bubble appears before you can actually let go. And typically by the time it registers that it's there, that's about the time where you can let go. So a good way to practice is to just kind of just keep doing this. You can do this for 5 minutes a day or something like that, where you're just grabbing it and letting go as quickly as possible. Uncle Punch makes it really nice because you can see how long you're actually there, and as you get more confident with the timing of it, then you can start to go for the little bit more of a pre-reaction, where you have an idea of when Luigi's going to grab, and then you're letting go kind of in that frame perfect window. So that's the first component to practice. Second component to practice, and you can actually practice these first two at the same time, is how quickly you double jump after. This is a big reason why people tend to die. They'll let go, and then they won't double jump quickly, and then they'll SD because they try to do the full range of motion, but without actually executing all of the different parts correctly. So you can jump immediately after letting go. The sort of frame one after letting go of the ledge is when you can do your jump. It's the same general range of motion as doing a jump cancel grab, although jump cancel grab is a lot more forgiving because you have 4 frames to do it, but you get the idea. It's how quickly can you flick between 2 different buttons. So what I like to do is I like to spend 5 or 10 minutes just practicing this range of motion, where I grab the ledge, I quickly release it as quickly as I can, and then I immediately double jump. And a good way to tell if you're getting the good double jumps is you'll see, and this is why I use Dreamland, you'll see that when Luigi goes upside down, the top of his feet will actually go quite a bit above the ledge. So if you're late, you'll notice that, he's too low. He doesn't go above the ledge. So you could use that ledge here, this platform, as an indicator of how quickly you're actually double jumping. Unfortunately, Uncle Punch doesn't yet have a timer or an overlay to indicate how quickly you are double jumping. So for now, this is kind of probably the most effective way to get that down. So this is a really good way to practice the first, probably most important part, is because this is what's going to affect your intangibility the most, because you can also do aerials out of this. You can do like triangle jumps and stuff like that, all of which the intangibility of is affected by these first 2 ranges of motion. So once you feel comfortable with this, that's when I like to introduce the actual waveland part, and sometimes I'll just try to do it out of this. So I'll do this motion a few times. Once I feel good about it, then I'll start to do some wavelands, and I like to let myself miss a few of them and not go for the super frame perfect one, because you'll notice that the wave dash frame there is frame 6, and I only got 1 frame of intangibility as a result. But the important part was that I did the first range of motion correctly. So even though I was late on the actual waveland, the first part was correct, which means that I'm at least doing two-thirds of the ledge dash the right way. So once you feel comfortable with how quickly you're letting go and how much intangibility you're getting just off of the ledge, then that's when you can really go ahead and start incorporating the timing for the ledge dash, which is pretty fast. I mean, you're basically inputting as quickly as you can, assuming that you got the good release and you got the good double jump off of the ledge every time. And then once you feel comfortable with that, once you are consistently getting 8 to 10 just out of this kind of standard double jump motion, that's when you can go ahead and start to introduce the up B sweet spots. You can introduce the Doraki setups like that. It's a little laggy, so it's hard for me to kind of do these correctly, but you get the idea. Just practice the initial range of motions, break down the different components, figure out where you're weakest. It's again, if you run into the problem where if you're getting a lot of tournament winners, then your biggest issue is that you're trying to let go too early. If you're SDing like this a lot, then the problem is that you're not double jumping quickly enough. And then lastly, if you're noticing that your wave dash frame is not basically anything above 1 or 2, then you're going for the waveland far too late. So think about what those different problems are, notice what your problems are, and then just practice the respective components, and you will be owning noobs in no time.